Alright then, here we go. Welcome to the first game of the TyRanT Wars number 2, Legends vs Warlords, here on Stranded in the first game, which is a 4v4, and Riet's forgetting his villager. He's going to go back and pick up that villager there. Wow, what a funny start for him. So yeah, this map is Stranded, and it is pretty interesting. As you can see, all the players there starting on a singular island. And they all have to get the hell off of there and get themselves onto the mainland where they can set up their TCs. And by the looks of things, they don't have enough resources here to actually build the town centre straight away. So they will have to build lumber camps and then, of course, build the town centre from there. We can see Badgeofro putting down his lumber camp very quickly. So it's going to be very interesting here because players will have the opportunity to be able to kind of plan where they put their town centres a little bit more, as they don't have to build it straight away. They can kind of get their bearings a little. And I know a lot of people, when they play on Nomad-style maps, it's pretty messy to start with. And it can be very difficult to kind of place yourself and work out the positions of everybody else. But of course, this is a 4v4, and we'll see where the players are all starting. It seems like Jordan, Doubt and the Viper are kind of all teaming up here on this left side of the island, with 3 of them building their lumber camps very close together. And I notice as well that we've got a Chinese on both of the teams here, with Doubt having Chinese in teal and green, which is fire, having Chinese as well. Chinese, of course, one of the best civilizations you can have for a nomad style start, and that is simply due to the fact that Chinese start with those extra villagers, and they can gather that wood a little bit faster, they can get their TC up a little bit faster, and it is it's really oh man, Doubt just saying I'm pocket because he's between the 2 lumber camps here. That's quite funny. So yeah, I'll go through the players, introduce them, and see who we've got. So for the Legends here, over to the far left of the map in the grey, we've got Jordan 23 playing as the Spanish. We've got Doubt in teal playing as the Chinese, and we've got the Viper in yellow playing as the Byzantines. These guys are all over to the left side of the map, and their other teammate Cab way out here up to the north of the map in blue playing as the Japanese, and I'm not sure why, but he has decided to go lone wolf, lone ranger out here into the unknown. And he may pay for that, to be honest with you. He's kind of very alone here, while the other guys are all buddying up together on this left side. So that's the Legend team there. Cab, of course, playing as the Japanese as well. For the Warlords, well, we've got Slam here in purple playing as the Byzantines in the centre of the map. His teammate, Badgeofro, playing as the Spanish just to his left. Riet, again over to their left, Japanese in red, and Fire in the green, playing as the Chinese, as we've seen already. So these guys are going to be starting very close together. Their TC is just within spitting distance, as they kind of take their stake on the centre of the map. Now, I don't know what Cab's going to do. In most games I've seen, Cab has usually been resigned to the position of slinger. Now, in this situation, it might be the same if he walls himself off from the enemy, but it's going to be quite a big wall for him to do that. So town centre's now up for all players. We've got Jordan 23 just sticking his up, Viper as well here on the left side, and of course Doubt and Fire getting their TCs up pretty quickly, but surprisingly Fire not getting his TC up as fast as Riet and Badgeofro here, which is strange considering he is the Chinese. So at this stage of the game, it's pretty hard to say yeah, one team is ahead at all. I would say that the positioning of the Warlords is a little bit better than the Legends here, with obviously KCAB being out on his own. And I wonder if that's really going to influence their decision on how to kind of play this. I also think as well the fact that they've built so close together, it might limit their food a little bit as well. It might make it a little bit difficult to get a whole lot of resources in. Now, there are a few boar back here for the Warlords, and we've got what, 3, 4, actually yeah, there's quite a few boar, quite evenly spaced out, but because they're all together, it means that, for instance, in this situation, Badgeofro, or well, not even Badgeofro, Riet even, going to have to travel a long way to get those boar, because he's on the left side and he doesn't actually have any that close to him, so that could be a little bit difficult. But the map itself is actually pretty interesting. There's a lot of sort of shallows around here. These areas that you can see, these kind of light yellowy colour area, sandy beach, they can all be travelled upon by galleys. So, you know, that might make water control somewhat more important in this matchup, because obviously this is huge. This area that galleys can travel upon, you can almost get to the centre of the map with that. You can secure these 2 gold spots. You can pressure this area as well, which is where the warlords are. So taking water could be quite crucial, and it will make it difficult to wall up, because as far as I'm aware, they're not going to be able to build a wall across here either, so could make it difficult to keep Riot safe, especially as he's close to both of these big shallow areas. Other than that, there's a lot of gold though. There's plenty of gold spots all around the map, so there's not going to be a shortage of gold at any point, and even if there is, there's always trade as well. And as far as stone and gold is concerned, there's just plenty of it. There's plenty of food dotted around as well, so all players should be able to get themselves some deer and boar at the very least, as well as of course water as well, which is mostly in the north of the map in this situation. So being able to take the water here is going to be really important, I think, and as well as that, just forgetting the food as well, not just map control, but I think having the water would give you quite a large degree of map control, actually, as I said about these shallows here. Now we'll see exactly what they do. It could be possible that they go for quite a fast feudal and try and do some scouts perhaps to harass the enemy, but with the TCs being so close together, I imagine it's going to be pretty difficult to really end this in the feudal age, or really make a big amount of damage in the feudal age. I think it's definitely going to come down to a little bit more castle warfare, as that's going to be the easiest way to kind of push the TCs that are so close together. With them being so close, their range pretty much covers a very, very large area of the map, and especially with a feudal army, get taken down very, very quickly by any TC fire. So Riot there was trying to put up a dock and getting chased away by Jordan's villagers. It's absolutely fine to villager fight at this stage, and the recorded game here has frozen, and that is because this game actually dropped at this stage, if I'm correct, because there we go, and we're back. So yeah, there was a little game drop in the live games, hence why that frozen there, but we can come back really quickly into this. And Jordan's going to be lame, wall this dock up from Riot, and to be honest with you, I'm not sure why he decided to build his dock so far from his town centre. If we have a look at his line of sight, maybe he didn't know that the other team were there, and that is indeed the case, but it's kind of a little bit of a mistake to do that. He will of course lose that dock now, and lose the wood as well. 69% complete. He won't get much wood back from that. He might get about 70 wood back at the most, which is quite a bit of wood to lose when you're trying to build a second dock somewhere. So Riot at the moment trying to build that second dock down. In fact, pretty much everybody here building the dock in the this little sort of area. I don't know what to call it. Just a bay, I suppose. This little bay. We've got Doubt putting his dock up there, Riot just deleting his, and it seems like the warlords looking to get a little bit more onto the water here. Of course, we've got Slam, Bad Geofro, and Riot all putting up a dock, all making some fishing ships. They might get quite aggressive on water here. Fire not actually building any ships at all. He's not put a dock up. But from the other team, we've only got Doubt and Cab putting up a dock. So they are outnumbered on the water in terms of docks at the moment. And that could be a little bit of a problem when it comes to the feudal age and galleys coming out. But I don't know if the Chinese players here perhaps looking to do a pretty fast feudal time. I think Fire may have a pretty good time, because he is taking the deer back here. He is, of course, taking quite a bit of food under his TC, and by not making the dock, he could probably get away with doing a little bit of a faster feudal time. Viper as well, not making that dock, just going all out on the food on the land here, perhaps looking for a faster feudal as well. And Jordan 23... again, just taking the food and not making any dock or anything like that. So it could be the case that the Legends do get a faster feudal time here and try for a land attack. It could be possible for them to do that, and obviously we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. What I'll do is I'll speed things up slightly to just 54 speed, so it's just a little bit faster than normal speed here. Now, I want to check out what Cab's doing, because obviously Cab may have a little bit of an awkward time. In fact, he's up to feudal already, and I can tell that just because he's taking gold very quickly. It seems to me like Cab with a very fast feudal age here compared to the others, and he is looking to get some galleys out very quickly here. And if Cab can do that, if Cab can get onto the water very quickly, make 3 or 4 galleys and start taking down these fishing ships, that's actually going to be really, really huge for him. I don't think anyone else is up to feudal yet, so there you have it. Cab with a lightning fast feudal time, and that's going to be really good for the legends. And I think for Cab as well, it's really important that he does get a fast feudal time here, because obviously being on his own, he needs to be able to defend from the word go, really. And obviously he's going to wall up a little bit here also. So I think he's going to try and take water pretty quick. But the problem is, you know, he might do a little bit of initial damage, but he will get overrun very quickly by the likes of Slam, Bagiofro, and Riot once they get up to the feudal age as well. Doubt saying here that he wants to do a small grush up to Fast Castle. He is indeed adding in that second dock there. And where is he? Doubt is up to the feudal age as well. 35% for him, as Cab is 95%. So we're going to see some action pretty quickly from him as his second dock goes up there. And, well, 3 villagers on the wood, sorry, on the gold, everything else on the wood. Pretty clear then that he will be doing a grush in this situation. Hannah's just writing me a note. Oh, no, you're not? Okay. Usually if something goes wrong with the stream, Hannah passes me a note over. And I saw her writing something on a piece of paper, and I was like, uh-oh, something's wrong with the stream. But no, it seems not. Bagiofro here, look at this. Look at this. He has got so many villagers taking food under his TC here. So many villagers on the board, so many on the turkeys. He's got a ton of fishing ships, and he's going up to the feudal age now. I think we're going to see fast castles from a lot of the people on the Warlords team here. Bagiofro for sure going to fast castle this. Fire as well, probably going to do the same, just judging by how much food they're taking. So we've got Doubt up to the feudal age as well, and we're seeing the first galleys coming out for Cab now. So going to be getting quite a few picks on these fishing ships, which will really hurt the economies of Slam, Bagiofro, etc. Doubt going to be coming in with some galleys fairly soon as well. Fire, though, up to the feudal age very quickly, and, well, he's got no dock. He is building that market, and he will be, it looks to me like he will be going for a fast castle. It's kind of a strange fast castle, though. It's definitely not going to be all that fast, but then again, you've got to remember they have had a nomad start, so they do get off to a slower start than normal. But this early aggression on the water, I do like it, and I think Cab could get a lot of picks here. I mean, he could hit that gold as well, which would be pretty bad for Bagiofro and Slam, and for Riot even, because that's a lot of wood that they're going to lose. They're going to lose a lot of wood from the fishing ships. That's a lot of investment. They're going to lose the wood that they use to build the mining camps if they get forced off of this gold. And I think Cab playing this one quite aggressively is just almost a perfect decision, to be honest with you. Forcing them off that food and taking away that economy advantage that they may have had. So Bagiofro here, definitely going to be going with the fast castle. There's no question about it. We can see he's actually putting up a watchtower here as well to protect this gold spot. So a good decision by him, I think. I definitely think that is a good decision to make. Protecting those villagers, of course, preventing them from having to rebuild those mining camps. Riot's up to feudal as well now, Viper also, and we're starting to see a little bit more aggression on the water from the Warlords team. But Bagiofro losing a lot of these fishing ships here as they're getting chased down by Cab and, of course, Doubt as well, which means that Riot and his team unable to really fish very effectively, and that is a lot of wood, a lot of time building those fishing ships that they now have lost. So meanwhile, we have got Fire going up to the castle age, I believe. Yep. We've got Doubt as well going castle. Doubt's having a fantastic game so far. Not only has he gone for water aggression here by building a few galleys. Where are they? They were definitely around somewhere. He built a few galleys, maybe Riot took them down, but he's also going to be the first up to castle, I think, which is going to be fantastic. He's playing as the Chinese, so it's expected that he would have a good castle time. And if you compare Doubt's castle time to Fire's castle time here, Fire also playing as the Chinese as well, Doubt is definitely a little bit ahead, and that is fantastic for him. We'll see what he does once he gets Castle. It could be the case that he does a second TC very quickly, goes for a little bit of a boom, as his team already have good water control at the moment. Or it could be the case he gets quite aggressive, maybe puts some knights onto the field. In fact, yeah, he's going straight into knights here with 2 stables, and he's going to go straight to Fire's economy. Fire, of course, kind of alone back here with these villagers very exposed, and Doubt going to hit that area very quickly and he's hoping, I imagine, very effectively. Fire kind of opting for a very different strategy here, actually adding in that second town centre, so he's going for more of a boom, and that could be a very big mistake if Doubt comes in quickly with some knights. He definitely had the edge going up to the castle age, and that's the third town centre from Fire there as well. So at the moment, I'd say that the Legends are looking very good. They definitely had a very good start to this game with the early water aggression, and of course now with Doubt coming in with these knights, gonna be hitting these this eco. He's gone for bloodlines straight away. Not seeing any upgrades elsewhere on these knights, but we may see the defensive upgrades coming in very, very quickly from Doubt. What are the other guys up to? Well, the Viper Byzantines here, adding in a monastery very quickly, perhaps with some defensive monks here, and perhaps going to go for a little bit more of a boom. But these knights now into the eco of Fire, getting 1 or 2 villagers already, and forcing, of course, these guys to wall up in panic almost, forcing them to react very quickly and to spend that wood, which is really not what they want to be doing all too much. Cab up in the north, looking decent. He's had a sneak villager from Slam in here. Slam's got this villager in, and Bagiofra up here building another town centre up in the north. It's like they bypassed the walls of Cab completely, but Cab's walled himself in. He doesn't seem to be in too much trouble, but Riot now taking the water back pretty well, actually. Both Cab and Riot with the +1 fletching, but Riot definitely seems to have the numbers advantage here on the water. Though, actually, saying that, it looks like Cab may have just reinforced. I missed. I don't know. It looks like it's pretty even, actually. I'd take that back about Riot having an advantage. It looks like he might have more ships, but it does seem pretty even the way they're playing it. And it's pretty important here that Cab defends this, because Doubt has a ton of fishing ships, and he needs those ships to keep these knights coming out. We've got a castle drop coming in from Jordan23. He's been at the back here, taking tons and tons of stone, and he's going to be dropping that castle right into the economy of Riot, who is still in the feudal age, by the way. And what is Riot to do? Well, he's putting up a watchtower here. Jordan needs to get that castle up quickly. And the Viper coming in with a monk now as well, and gonna get some conversions then on these villagers. The knights from Doubt coming in, and it looks like they're gonna go, well, it's pretty much as best they can, 3v1 onto Riot here, which is pretty devastating for Riot, as he is still, of course, feudal for now. Cab as well, as they're fighting it out on the water, but that tower going up from Riot very quickly, able to force Jordan away, and Jordan's going to have to relocate that castle now. But very good play by him, and it looks like we may see that castle coming up in the eco of Fire instead. Does Fire have the stone for a tower? That is the question. He doesn't. He needs another 20, well, yeah, about 15 stone now to get a tower up. And he's taking some stone, but look at his eco. Doubt getting in there with those knights, well, he's got that +2 defense done already. Fire's losing quite a few villagers, and the castle from Jordan23 probably going to go up, because Doubt's protecting it with the knights here. And that is really, really huge for them. They are going to be able to get that castle up, well, pretty much conclusively now. And that is going to pressure Fire's economy a lot. It's going to, you know, perhaps even force this TC down. It's going to allow them to push in to the economy of Bagiofra as well. And if Jordan starts making conquistadors, he's going to be behind this wood line of Riot also. On the other team, though, on the other hand, we've got a little bit of a victory for Riot on the water, starting to take down those fishing ships of Doubt, who has the huge score lead at this stage, a good 400 over everybody else. But those fishing ships going down now will, of course, cost him quite a lot of quite a lot of food income. It will mean that he may have to seed a few more farms to make up for the fact that he's lost them. But he's looking really solid on the land. He's getting those upgrades. He's almost fully upgraded now with the +1 attack just coming in. And there's the castle from Jordan 23, right between Fire and Riot. So, excellent play. There's the Conquistador as well. And it's going to get right in that wood line. Bloody called it. And poor Riot, he's pretty much sandwiched in. He's got knights on the left. He's got knights on the right, Conquistadors there as well, and we've got a defensive castle coming up from Bagiofro, but Doubt's going to try and prevent that from going up as best he can. These knights, of course, very tanky under this town centre fire. And I can just hear so many villagers dying, with Cab here coming in from the left side with those galleys, starting to pick those villagers off on that mining camp, and this is just catastrophic at the moment for the warlords here. For the warlords here. Legends looking pretty good. Fire bringing out some knights though. Going to get some conversions on these knights. Did I say Fire bringing out the knights? I meant to say Fire bringing out the monks. Getting some conversions on the knights. But this is so bad now for Riot. The knights are right into his eco. The Conquistadors just picking away at those villagers. And although Bagiofro now has that castle up in defense, that is not the kind of castle you want to see. That is really not the castle you want to see there. I mean, it's just look at the location of that. It's blocking farms. It's so much. It says so much about this game so far. Just that one castle. It says we're panicking. We're in a bad position when you have to put that castle there. Riot kind of making up for a little bit on the water, but I mean his economy has been so hurt now. I don't know if he's going to get to feudal age, castle age comfortably at all here. Riot's still feudal. And although he's, making a ton of galleys on the water, it's only a matter of time, I feel, until Cab can, start to get ahead there. So funny back here, though, with Bagiofro building his town centres in the north. I guess he felt a little bit short on space and wanted to boom, that's for sure. Doubt, though, continuing to raid with his knights wherever he can, raiding from Jordan as well. And gotta say, Conquistadors, probably one of the best raiding units you could have. Just because, the range, the sheer amount of attack damage, and the speed, it just makes them one of the most fantastic raiders. I'd say one of the best raiding units in the game. But, well, I suppose Mangadai fully upgraded, probably going to be a little bit better. But in the Castle Age, definitely one of the best raiding units in the game. And to have those loose in your economy, pretty nasty, nasty stuff. Cab's running away for now, though. I wonder if he's up to Castle. Not yet. In fact, both Cab and Riot, both kind of staying in Feudal Age for quite some time, while the other guys get up to the Castle Age here. To be honest, not seeing a huge amount from Bagiofro though. And, most of our attention this game has been on the Warlord team, on their economies, as the, the ratings coming in from the Legends here. So much damage coming in, and we've got another castle going up for Jordan as well, which is devastating, really. And we're just waiting for the siege now. I think if Doubt comes forwards with a forward siege workshop or something like that, some mangonels out here could just be, so bad for Fire. He's putting up a castle in defense back on the right side. But look at this. Castle from Viper as well. And these guys just going to keep castling it up. Keep adding, adding to this pressure. And it's forcing them, the Warlords that is, into a horrible position. Whereas on the left side, their economy is untouched. They're not, having to, obstruct their economy with any unwanted or unnecessary buildings. They're pretty much just booming away back here really comfortably. And with that forward siege workshop now from Viper as well, it's going to be pretty difficult for Riot to defend, and from there it's just opening the door to a lot more problems. Now we've got the Viper up to the Imperial Age. He's the only one up at the moment, and oh dear, so much death back here. So much death. Bagiofro, though, actually starting to get a little bit ahead now in the Conquistador count. What's the Viper doing? Sending his villagers as meat shields by the looks of things. Bagiofro getting a little bit ahead in the Conquistadors. That's so important that he can get this army out to make sure he can defend that economy over there. But meanwhile, Jordan's wreaking havoc on Slam, who we've not seen a huge amount from so far. It looks like he's going for the Imperial Age as well. Slam going to be going Imperial very soon. Once he gets that university up, and probably he's already got the monastery, so waiting for the resources. But Slam just going Imperial now. Viper, well, he's almost there, I think. Yeah, he's a good 65-70% of the way up to the Imperial Age now. And Viper, well, Imperial Byzantines could be pretty nasty. We could see some Casfract coming out, we could see Paladins, we could see Arbalest, whatever he decides is best in this situation. But not only that, we're going to see that heavy siege coming out, we're going to see the trebuchets and all of that good stuff, and these castles are getting pretty horrible for the warlords at the moment. So Riot and Cab just getting up to the castle edge though, pretty much at identical times there. Pretty good stuff by them, and I think Cab's going to have to be a little bit cautious about Geofro back here. We could see a little bit of an attack coming in, but so far I've been pretty passive. But worth noting, Cab has lost the water. He doesn't really have a whole lot of units on the water. He has got a few war galleys here, taking out the remainder of Riot's fishing ships, but Riot definitely with the larger military presence on the water for now. And that could be pretty costly for Cab. Could be pretty costly for the legends here as well, because these ships will be able to attack the economies. But there's the GG already. Riot, Baggio, Slam, and Fire resigning that one up, because I think I agree with that decision entirely. I mean, if you just look at this, Fire, just castles everywhere from Viper, Jordan, even Doubt over here on the left side, adding those castles in. Their economies were in tatters, to be honest with you, and you know, with Viper getting up to the Imperial Age, with Doubt being not too far away as well, it was only really a matter of time until their economies would just not be able to stand up to this, and they wouldn't be able to keep pumping those units out to defend, and more castles as well from the Viper there. Just really nasty stuff for the Warlords. Legends then gonna take the first game. And, you know, I think that early aggression on the water from Cab and Doubt was fantastic. It managed to do a lot of economy damage to the Warlords here. And from there, you know, with the Doubt, Viper, fast castling, the fast pressure that came in from Doubt, definitely able to really push an advantage. And I think Doubt was probably MVP of that game for me, with his really quick knight aggression into Fire's economy. But there we have it, game number 1. Gonna go to the Legends, and I'll put that up on the scoreboard.